Welcome to the Local 586 Retirees Minute, where we sit down with the brothers and sisters who made our local what it is today. Today we are speaking with brother Gerry McDonald. How are you tonight, Gerry?
Well, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
How and when did you start in the electrical trade?
I started in the electrical trade around 1958, working in Ottawa, and I was working on residential till about my fourth year in the trade, fourth year apprentice. Then I changed over, and I joined the union and started working for union jobs, and I worked at that. I guess I was initiated in 1962.
Do you remember what your first job was with the IBEW?
Yes. My first job was up in Portage de Fort in Quebec side.
Okay.
We had a big job there. I'm trying to think of the name of the paper mill, and it escapes me right now. But we worked there for a while.
What part of the electrical trade do you like most? Were you like a pipe guy or a distribution guy or a fire alarm guy?
It didn't matter to me what I did. Electricity is electricity, and working is working. And sometimes you had to put in big pipes, and sometimes you had to put smaller pipes, and things like that. No, I didn't care what kind of. I didn't have a preference.
Is there a job that sticks out in your mind over your career that's kind of like the most memorable?
Well, I don't know. I worked for this guy, Mr. Archie McKellar, in my last job in the trade before I retired completely.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked. I ended up being I worked in the union office a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I worked as a trusteeship for the health and welfare and the pension, and I worked as an instructor. I worked at the hall as an instructor,
mm-hmm.
and I worked with with Gabriel Chauvet. He was the map. I worked for the map too.
Oh, okay.
So I had all those, worked on all those, and then I was a mentor. So I didn't know what I was doing, but I was a steady man at the map and as an instructor. I worked in instructor since 1984 till about 20 years, I guess. Yeah. And it was rewarding working for the best union in the world.
Yeah.
Lots of problems, but we always came together when we had to.
What have you learned from being in a union, and what do you like most about Local 586?
Oh, it's the togetherness. That's how I learned to work there, how to work with people. When I came to work in the city, I worked on a farm with my dad, and I always worked there wasn't too many people working on our farm, so I had to work by myself. But then when I came to the city, I had to work with other people, and I enjoyed that. It was good company and good fellowship, and I enjoyed the fellowship.
What would you like to say to a new apprentice starting out in the electrical trade at Local 586?
Well, I would tell them to not get too carried away with the union until you found out what the the union was all about, and to stick with it. To stick with it. And because it's, like I said, it's the best union in the world. And if you come to work there, they'll treat you with a lot of respect, and you should be happy.
I'd like to thank Gerry McDonald for speaking with us today. If you or someone you know is a retired member and would like to share their experiences here in Retirees Minute, please contact the office. We'd love to share your story. Thanks for listening.